Every day, I see people coming into my office convinced they are doing everything right. They walk for 30 minutes, sometimes more, every single day. But they arrive with unexplained knee pain, exhaustion that won't go away, tingling in their legs, and that general feeling of getting worse instead of better. The first question I always ask is simple. How exactly are you walking? And then comes the surprise. The problem is never walking too little. The problem is walking wrong, and walking wrong isn't just wasted effort, it's worse. It is actively destroying your joints, misaligning your spine, overtaxing your heart, and creating chronic inflammation that saps your energy day after day. I've spent 15 years in clinical practice seeing this pattern repeat with people who just want to live well, but are sabotaging their own bodies without even realizing it. You might be doing it right now. After age 50, your body changes in predictable and profound ways. Sarcopenia slowly steals your muscle. Your joints lose natural lubrication, your metabolism slows down, and circulation in your legs gets weaker. Walking well acts on all these systems at once. It activates muscle, nourishes cartilage, speeds up metabolism, and improves blood flow. But walking poorly, it creates new problems on top of the old ones. Subscribe to the channel now and leave a like to help me reach more people who need this urgent information. Tell me here in the comments. How old are you, and do you already feel pain after walking? Your answer will show me exactly where to focus the next videos to truly help you. What you are going to learn today are the 5 fatal errors that transform a healthy walk into silent poison for your body. Errors that no one tells you in the doctor's office because the system profits more from treatment than prevention. Stay until the end, because correcting this could be the difference between aging strong or aging broken. After 50, your body enters a phase no one properly prepares you for, a silent cascade of changes that gradually undermine your strength. Sarcopenia begins to steal 1 to 2% of your muscle every year. Your joints lose the natural fat that cushioned impacts, metabolism slows down mercilessly, and circulation in your legs gets lazier, leaving that heavy tiredness at the end of the day. Walking correctly acts as medicine for all of this at once. It activates muscle, nourishes cartilage, regulates blood sugar, and pumps blood to legs that have been forgotten. What many people don't understand is that movement is literally food for your joints. Cartilage has no blood vessels. It feeds on synovial fluid that only circulates when you move the joint under a load. Without proper walking, this cartilage literally starves, becomes thin, loses elasticity, and then comes the arthrosis you blame on age. But done right, every step delivers the nutrients that keep your joints young for longer. But here's the crucial detail. Walking well is medicine. Walking poorly is poison. Your post-50 muscles are already more fragile, your joints less lubricated, your heart less tolerant of mistakes. A silly mistake turns into chronic inflammation that builds up day after day. That's why the next errors I'm going to show you aren't details. They are traps that turn your medicine into a problem. The first error I see every day in the office is starting out fast right away, thinking that speed is synonymous with results. You walk out the door and immediately go at a strong pace, as if the body were a machine that turns on instantly. But after 50, cold muscle is fragile muscle, less elastic, more prone to micro-injuries that accumulate into chronic pain. And the joints? They work dry, without lubrication, suffering impact that mercilessly accelerates arthrosis. This abrupt rhythm also stresses the heart unnecessarily. The heart rate explodes suddenly, blood pressure spikes, and vessels that are less elastic, normal for this age, suffer on this roller coaster. What you think is intense training turns into silent inflammation in the legs, accumulated fatigue, and back pain that appears days later when you don't even remember the walk anymore. The correction is ridiculously simple. 3 out of 5 initial minutes at a very slow pace, almost strolling. Let the muscle warm up, synovial fluids circulate to the joints, and the heart adapts smoothly. Only then do you speed up. This warm-up doesn't delay anything. It transforms walking into medicine instead of poison for your body. The second error is the easiest to see on the street. Head projected forward, shoulders slumped, eyes on the ground. It seems like just a habit of walking, but it is a biomechanical catastrophe for the spine and breathing. Your head weighs about 5 kilos. In the right position, the neck carries this easily. But 5 centimeters forward and the weight triples, overtaxing the nape, trapezius, and shoulders for 30 whole minutes. Returning from your walk in pain? Blame this posture. With a closed chest and shoulders forward, your diaphragm doesn't descend properly, lungs don't expand, and you breathe shallowly the whole time. Less oxygen for the muscles and brain means double the tiredness. You walk for 30 minutes and feel as if it were 60. And worse, misalignment in the upper spine throws the weight wrong onto the knees and hips, accelerating joint wear that you blame on advanced age. To correct it, imagine a string pulling the top of your head upward. The spine elongates naturally, shoulders relax back without forcing, eyes on the horizon, chin parallel to the ground, the chest opens, breathing flows, the spine distributes weight as it should. Test it now. Stay in this posture and feel the difference. It's the way to transform walking into a cure for the whole body. The third error I see every single day is treating footwear as a detail when, in fact, it is the most critical factor between your foot and the ground, especially after 50. When the natural fat on the sole that cushioned impacts disappears completely, leaving the bones of the foot more exposed with every strike. The muscles and ligaments of the plantar arch also weaken over time, creating acquired flat feet that misalign the entire body. The knee enters at the wrong angle, the hip compensates crookedly, and the lower back suffers the final impact. A shoe without adequate support makes every step reverberate like a jackhammer up to the spine, accelerating arthrosis without you even realizing the culprit is at your feet. And there's more. That 2-year-old sneaker that still looks decent on the outside? The midsole has already lost 80% of its shock absorption capacity, even with an intact appearance. It's like driving with bald tires and thinking you're safe. Without the natural heel-to-toe roll, the calf and Achilles tendon become overworked, bringing on nighttime cramps, pain in the sole, and knees that complain out of nowhere. A misalignment of just 15 degrees in the knee, common with poorly supported feet, triples the speed of arthrosis, transforming your walk into a silent enemy of the mobility you want so much to preserve for your grandchildren and for the rest of your active life. The solution is direct. Look for sneakers with medium cushioning in the heel and forefoot regions. Nothing too hard or too soft. Arch support that respects the natural anatomy of your foot without excessive rigidity, and a flexible sole at the front to allow for a smooth roll. If you have been walking regularly for more than 1 year with the same pair, replace them now. It's not store marketing. It's the mathematics of osteoarthritis prevention that I see working in the office every week. Pick up your shoe right now, turn it sideways, and look at the sole. Irregular wear or a flattened sole. It is already sabotaging you. Time to retire them before they erase your freedom to come and go without pain. The fourth error is the one that most deceives those who think quality compensates for quantity. Going all week without walking and trying to compensate with a 1 to 2 hour marathon on Sunday. It seems disciplined, but for the body, it is pure stress. Cold and unprepared muscles receive a heavy load after days of being sedentary, creating micro-injuries that hurt on Monday and make you conclude that walking isn't for me. Your body doesn't respond to isolated bursts. It responds to consistent signals of daily movement that gradually remodel the heart, vessels, muscles, and metabolism. The logic is simple and cruel. Physiological adaptation only happens with repetition. 1 long walk a week is too weak a signal. The heart doesn't get more efficient. Vessels don't dilate better. Muscles don't gain real strength. Studies show that 20-30 minutes, 5 to 6 days a week reduce the risk of heart attack, stroke, and type 2 diabetes, while a Sunday super walk only generates muscle fatigue, inflammation, and quitting. It is the perfect pattern for sarcopenia to accelerate and arthrosis to set in without you connecting the dots. Start with 10 minutes, 3x a week if you are sedentary. Every 15 days, add 5 minutes or 1 day. Gradual progression isn't weakness. It's an intelligent strategy that builds a habit for life. Your body appreciates consistency, not heroism. Those who walk every day age walking upright. Those who do a weekly marathon age with creaking knees and zero desire to get off the couch. The fifth error is the most common nowadays and the one that worries me most because it destroys multiple benefits of walking all at once. Cell phone in hand while walking, with arms rigid or stuffed in pockets. 20 years ago, this problem didn't exist. But now I see everyone taking care of their health while scrolling through feeds, reading messages, and completely ignoring what their body is asking for. Head down for the cell phone triples the weight on the cervical spine from 5 kg to 15 effective kg. Shoulders slump even more than in the posture error, breathing becomes shallow, and balance goes out the window. Especially dangerous after 50, when the vestibular system already functions with less precision and falls turn into wrist, rib, or hip fractures that steal months of recovery. Without arm movement, you lose 40% of the caloric and circulatory benefits of walking, because the cross movement, right arm with left leg, is instinctive to the nervous system to distribute load symmetrically across the spine and activate chest, shoulder, and back muscles. Still arms force the lower back to compensate with lateral twists at every step, triggering back pain that you blame on effort. And the cell phone? It steals the visual attention your brain needs to maintain balance on uneven sidewalks, curbs, and wet surfaces. Proprioception and vision work together to prevent falls, and you are turning off the body's two main safety sensors. The correction is immediate. Cell phone in pocket, use headphones if you want audio, elbows at 90 degrees, arms swinging naturally and opposite to the legs, without exaggerated athletic pumping, just releasing the instinctive movement your body already knows how to do. Test it now standing up. Loose arms swing and you feel rhythm, balance, and breathing flow better instantly. Walking stops being just legs moving to become a complete neurological workout that preserves coordination, strengthens posture, and even burns more calories. Those who do this right come back energized. Those who hold a cell phone come back with a locked neck, worse balance, and a brain disconnected from the body. Look, first of all, I need to speak with an open heart. This content is to give you valuable and practical information, but it does not replace a medical consultation. If you have chronic joint pain, a history of injuries, or any specific condition, talk to your doctor before changing your walking routine. Every body is unique, and what works for one may need adjustment for another. These corrections to posture, rhythm, and footwear are based on years of clinical practice and solid studies, but they are not a universal magic recipe. People with advanced osteoporosis, recent surgeries, or severe mobility limitations need individualized assessment. Sometimes an error that seems small can be risky in your specific case. Always prioritize safety. In the end, my goal is to empower you to walk better and live more actively, but the responsibility for application is yours, with professional guidance when necessary. Good information saves lives, but used with wisdom, it saves even more. Take good care of yourself, okay? You've made it to the end, and that shows you truly care about your real health. Not everyone has the patience to absorb 5 fatal errors that could be sabotaging years of your active life. What you learned today isn't a pretty theory. These are practical corrections that transform high-risk walking into powerful medicine for the body after 50. Every adjustment you make tomorrow already begins to reverse the silent wear and tear that was happening without you noticing. Think about the impact of this on your real life. Knees that don't hurt anymore, energy that lasts all day, upright posture that impresses the grandkids, better sleep because circulation improved. It's not about becoming an athlete. It's about aging while walking with your head held high, without depending on medicine and constant appointments. You deserve this freedom, and now you have the map to conquer it step by step, literally. Subscribe to the channel now so you don't miss the next revelations that will change your health. Leave a like to help this information reach those who need it urgently. And in the comments write, which of the 5 errors are you going to correct first tomorrow? Your answer will inspire dozens of people to do the same. Thank you for trusting me to deliver this direct knowledge without fluff. You made the right choice watching this far. Your body already thanks you for every second invested. Practice these corrections, feel the difference, and come back here to tell us how it went. We'll see you in the next video. Take good care of every step. They take you further than you imagine.